Oh, well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends say I'm acting wild as a bug. I'm in love. I'm all shook up. Oh, yeah. Well, my hands are shaking and my knees are weak. I can't seem to stand on my own 2 feet. Who do you think when you have such luck? I'm in love. I'm all shook up.
Hello and welcome to this Earth Orange podcast with me, your host, Actor Thomas, or you may know me as just Thomas, and my co-host, Mr. Andrew.
Hello.
Hello, Andrew.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing today?
Well, you know, ups and downs.
Ups and downs.
Ups and downs.
Sides and sides.
Indeed. If I remember correctly, did you say you wanted to make an apology this week?
I can't believe you remembered that.
Don't say anything to me that you don't want to be brought
God, you
on
jumped
this
straight
podcast.
into that, didn't you?
I did. Well, you know.
Savouring that, weren't you?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I do need to make an apology because last week, what was it? It was Blue Marvel last week, wasn't it?
Well done.
Well, thank you. I remember the episodes.
Yeah, good. I'm pleased. This is the second apology you've made. I'm quite worried.
Well, actually, the first one you forced me to make, so let's just make that note there to the listeners.
No, it's not.
Right, this one's by my own volition, and that is because one of the elements was mental illness, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I, for some reason, said autism, which I wanted to specify is not a mental illness, it's a developmental disorder. So I don't know why I jumped to autism, so I do apologise for that, for anyone that might have picked up on that. And that's it.
Okay,
that's my apology.
Fair enough. So, because obviously you guys probably would remember that previously, the last time Andrew made an apology, he did a big sort of showcase and everything like that. He didn't want to do a showcase this time.
No.
He just wanted to do
it's funny that. It's weird how things work out like that, isn't it?
It really is. Right, okay, so let's get to the point of this week's episode.
Very exciting episode.
Which I'm being prodded and poked into doing this week. Because I'm not very much aware of this character, apart from her namesake. But I will allow Andrew...
Which you hadn't heard even until I said it to
No,
you.
I had.
Oh, had you heard of it?
I had.
Okay.
Because I've been hearing rumours about a potential film.
Oh, because of... Right, okay.
But I will allow you to inform myself and our listeners on this character.
Well,
To carry on.
Well, I'm going to tell you why I chose this character, and that's... Oh, God, he's grimacing already.
Carry on.
It's going to be another 2-hour podcast, people. Get the Jaffa cakes, all right? It's going to be a long one. 5 acts. We're going for 5 acts. I'm joking.
Freaking not. Right, just tell them the...
Right, the reason is, because I reckon, we're up to episode 9 now.
Yeah.
Give or take an episode.
Right, okay, yeah.
And up until then, he's looking at... What are you looking at the book for?
Well, technically it's episode 9, but it's episode 8.
Unless there's some lost episodes.
It's episode 8, isn't it? Because the first...
Yeah.
Let's not... We've listened to this
Honestly,
before.
yeah. There's fan theories out there that...
Apparently, I'm a figment of your imagination.
You're a figment of my imagination?
Yeah, or you're... either you're a figment of my imagination or you're a figment of my... It's something like that.
Or...
Apparently...
Yeah.
Well, apparently...
on the wiki.
Apparently this is kind of like a... basically a big Farage.
A Farage?
Farage! Nigel Farage, everybody.
Special guest today.
We've never done this before. We've never had a special guest before. We've got Nigel Farage.
Hello, everyone. That was a terrible... I don't know what he sounds like.
He usually stands behind in a pub with a pint and smiles like a checker cat. Yeah, anyway.
That's not what he sounds. Anyway.
But yeah, sorry.
Right, let me get on with this.
Carry on with your story. I'll put that whole thing out.
A bit of tangerine there.
Carry on.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, basically they've all been a bit serious, a bit heavy. So I thought, right, we need a character that will bring a bit of fun. So I've chosen Squirrel Girl. And do you know what? I was reading the Wikipedia, and that's exactly the reason that she was created, actually, is to bring a bit of lightheartedness to the Marvel Universe. So...
do you know how long her tail is?
Her prehensile tail?
Yes. What is a freaking tail?
I thought you meant literally like her story or something.
No, her tail as in a...
No, I don't. It's quite big though, isn't it? It's almost her height, isn't it?
It's equal to the size of a tail on an ordinary squirrel,
On a person.
For if that person was if the squirrel came the size of a human being, it would be that length.
Yeah. Cool. That's cool.
4 foot.
4 foot.
4 foot.
Wow, she can't be much taller than that then. And so there's a little fact for you.
Yeah, see, look, you were so you didn't think I was going to do any research this week, did you?
No, I'm really impressed actually. We're not letting the Wonder Woman incident happen again.
Oh no, I will. At one point or other, I'll just stuff this. I can't be bothered to research.
Oh God.
And it'll be
Really obscure onomatopoeia or
one of the days that it's your decision to come up with the person. So.
Oh God.
Carry on.
Yeah. So Squirrel Girl. So do you want to tell us about Squirrel Girl's powers? Then,
No, you do it.
Right. Okay.
Because you're your favourite character.
She's not my favourite. She's pretty cool. I don't personally. I don't know much about her myself. He's rolling his eyes. She can communicate with squirrels. That's her big thing, and she's got heightened senses and things like that. So what's it? He's doing some kind of mime here. It's 3 words. He's got teeth. She's got teeth. She's got the power of teeth. she can shoot teeth.
She's got big fucking teeth, man.
No, she hasn't.
Yes, she has.
Not necessarily.
Yes, she does.
Or does she? What, in every carnation? Oh, right, okay. She's got big teeth, apparently.
Yeah, she's got the obviously, so she can. It sounds really bad, but she can eat wood.
Why does that sound bad?
Well, just because there's some people out there that like eating wood. I had a friend once who liked eating grass.
Oh, okay.
Particularly grass that had been urinated on by cats.
And so this episode is Squirrel Girl. If that hasn't, I'd suggest you look her up. She's quite an interesting character. I know she's a bit obscure. We could have picked someone like Wolverine.
No, because I refuse to do Wolverine.
Well, you're going to be in for a treat later. Anyway, so right, should we get on with this?
Okay, go on then. Elements. Do your elements.
Right, let me think about this. Who am I again?
Some say your name is Andrew. Others say your name's Fish.
Oh, who says that?
People at work. And also the comments down below.
The comments down below.
Yep.
Are you gonna make a fake account or something?
No, it's just there has been a few messages just with people with capital letters saying fish.
Bring me my fish.
Unfortunately, no one's written out my catchphrase yet.
Oh, that's a shame. Well.
Oh, hello.
Right, how many acts do we have?
2.
How's 3 for you?
No.
Oh, go on. We had 2 last time. You're getting in a...
Fine.
Let's go for 3 acts. 3 acts, here we go. I've twisted his arm. Literally, I've got his arm in a lock at the moment. You can't hear him, but he's wincing in pain. He's hating this. You just want all of them to be... You're going to be like, can we have 1 act?
No.
Half an act.
Come on then, carry on.
3 acts. Right, elements. How about this? Right. So... What was I going to say? Has to include... How about this? Has to include... Oh, wait, hang on. Let me pick the story first. So my idea for the story was... Here's the headline. Squirrel Girl saves the world. How about it? Long silence. He's looking at his clock. Looking at his clock. Who says clock? Who brings a clock? His watch. His hand clock. So, how about it?
No.
No? Is that too big?
It is too big.
Oh.
For a 3-act story, I think that would be too big. And also, you're going to make it sound as if she did it all by herself. Which, no offence, apart from the fact she can run up a tree.
Well, no, you say that,
and
but...
squeak like a squirrel.
Right, if you're not going to take her seriously...
She can't save the world.
How dare you? How
Dictator,
dare you?
remember?
Well, she doesn't have to be alone.
No, she's going to be alone.
Wow.
And live a very long and boring life.
Good Lord.
By herself with the squirrels.
Aww.
No, right, fine. Okay, you can do whatever you like, but I don't want to save the world just yet.
You don't want to save the world?
Not yet.
Right, okay.
Maybe after a few more stories, I'll be brought into this, but I don't want to save the world just yet.
Alright, okay. Well, I'm quite open to suggestions then. I thought of one and that was it.
Okay, how about she meets say she meets someone.
Yeah.
A very powerful superhero.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah. Yeah.
shut up. Doesn't doesn't think she's worth anything worthwhile, and it's her that saves that character.
Very good. Okay, so Squirrel Girl saves a life. How about that?
Okay. When do you win this set?
Well, so from my research, she's about 20. Is that right?
At
At present in quotation marks time.
Yes, at the present time, yes, she's meant to be kind of just finished university at Empire State.
Yeah, and I think she was 14 when she started getting her powers, or when they started merging.
That's a little funny thing about that, actually. I'll tell you about that later on.
Why? Well,
Well, because obviously she's not actually a mutant, but for a very long time, everyone believed she was, until something. I can't remember what happened, but I think her family met Professor X or something, and he did a test on her and basically said she's not a mutant. But she's just a
freak,
an altered human individual.
Oh right, okay.
But she obviously has, but it's so
interesting.
That's my little 2 pennies worth in.
Okay, that's not sure. Right, okay. What were we talking about that for? Oh yeah, for setting.
Yes. Well, I think we should probably go for something kind of like, maybe keep her obviously kind of like 20 something, no, kind of maybe early 20s.
Yeah.
I would say maybe early 2000s.
Right. Okay. Well, hang on. We're saying 2008 is the deadline, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you want to keep her around 20, yeah, be okay with her being 28 when it comes to the.
Well, or we could make it like 2007.
Oh, really? That close?
Well, yeah. Or you could do 2006, 2007 or something like that.
Alright, okay, alright.
Well, no, I'm just thinking, it's completely up to you. It's your story.
No, yeah, it's fine, yeah, it's right, so, yeah.
I'm putting my hands up in surrender here.
It is.
I'm not getting involved, mate.
His hands are literally up. Early 2000s, we'll say, it doesn't matter. 2001 to 2008, whatever. In fact, I'm going to write that down.
It has to be that specific,
It has to be 2007, May the 15th. 3 o'clock. It has to happen for 7 hours and no more, and I'll be counting.
Okay.
Right.
Fine.
So it has to include a superhero.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, well done.
And it also has to at least one squirrel.
At least. Of course it's going to bloody contain a squirrel. At least, right, I'm going to write that down. At least one squirrel.
Yeah. But the only problem... Actually, I've just realised something.
I'd laugh if we both get to it and we don't feature squirrels at all. Go on.
This is America, isn't it?
Alright. You've been listening to too much Childish Gambino, you have.
No, it's the... no, what I mean is, though, it's... They only have the grey squirrels over there, don't they?
They have what?
They only have the grey squirrel over there.
Well... I'm not sure if that's true.
And they do. Unless they've got the Canadian black squirrel.
Is that a problem?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
No, it's just because I was going to go and introduce the idea of red squirrel, but that's obviously very English. It's a little pipe and it's, a little monocle.
What about it includes a squirrel rescue of some description? No?
No.
Okay. Right, here's one I'm suggesting. Well, actually, no, I'm going to suggest two.
Okay, carry on.
It has to include a member of S.H.I.E.L.D. At some point.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. That's a throwback from last week.
Yep. And it has to include our catchphrases at some point, respectively. So you have to include yours.
No.
I have to include mine.
No. Because if I do that, then that means I'm limited on what character I can.
Not necessarily.
It is.
Not.
How many characters do you know who have a shield?
6.
Name them.
Right. Shield Man. He's a very skilled character.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Wonder Woman.
No. Okay. Let's
Yes.
say Marvel character then.
Oh, yes. Wonder Woman's DC. Sorry about this, kids. Marvel's Wonder Woman.
No, who's that then? No, see, you're just talking gibberish. No, I'm not having that.
Oh, alright then. Alright, okay. Well, in which case, it has to include fish.
Okay, I can do that.
So that has to include squirrels and fish. Any more? For any more?
No, I'm happy with that.
Right, okay. So we've got early 2000s.
Yeah.
We've got a specific window, 2001 to 2008. Has to include a superhero.
Yeah.
Has to include at least one squirrel.
Yeah.
A member of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
And fish in
Okay.
some description.
Okay.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
Right, let's see who went first last
I
time.
think you went first last time, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, so it's your turn, my friend. And the
Right.
score is 4-3, by the way. See you.
Ooh, even better.
Right, so you ready? Do you want some time to do
No.
warm-ups?
No.
No, he's ready to go.
Okay.
Hang on, let me just make sure this... Yeah, okay, good. Right, Act 1 of 3. That Thomas is overjoyed about.
Okay, so...
Okay, so... Right.
What's her name again?
Doreen Green.
Doreen Green,
is
right,
a
okay. Thank you.
alias.
Thank you.
Alter ego.
Okay, so Doreen is in California.
Okay.
Going to see her.
Oh no, I'll put LA. Do you want it to be LA? Or anywhere specific in California?
No, just kind of California. Yeah,
Somewhere in California.
Yeah, I think because I can't remember from Wikipedia if it's specific or not. I just think it says
Oh, right.
California. I'm talking gibberish.
say
I'm
that.
talking gibberish. Anyway, so Doreen she's over there and she's seeing her parents,
Oh yeah.
and because it's been a while, and she's what's happening is that she, now that she's left, how old did we say she was again? We actually didn't say, did we? So
Yeah,
we said
so-
kind of like early 20s.
18, 20, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she's struggling at university. Let's say that
Oh.
she's missing home. She's missing her parents, and because she's doing quite a obscure course at university.
Okay.
Okay. It's unsurprisingly, it's about small mammal.
Okay.
Sort of small mammals, which of course squirrels are a part of. Anyway, so she's back for a week or so, let's say. Or she has been, and she is she's kind of got herself a little bit more happy about kind of life, because she's around people that she knows, and she's able to go off and do whatever she wants to do. She spends a good couple of hours a day hanging out with her squirrel friends. Obviously, because obviously she's over the years she's built up a rapport and a connection with these squirrels.
I'm going to help you out here.
No,
I'm going to help you out.
Oh.
Is there any names of these squirrels?
well,
Any particular best friends?
there's two.
Oh yeah.
There's two.
Two favourites.
There's
Don't say Chip and Dale.
there's Flo,
Oh yeah.
and Deck.
Okay. Flo and Deck.
Yeah, Flo and Deck. Now, Flo and Deck are brother and sister, and they've obviously it's when her squirrel abilities first appeared.
Mm-hmm.
These were the kind of the first they were obviously little baby kitten, I think they're called in baby schools.
Really?
I think so. Could be wrong, but
Get back to us on that, listeners.
indeed. Or you could have a look yourself.
Oh, that,
Completely up
yeah. Don't have to wait for the email, really.
Anyway, so and she is obviously so they're being little baby squirrels, and normally obviously squirrels could be quite nervous about people, but they weren't. They ran over to her, and they started playing and all that sort of stuff. So automatically she's always had that sort of connection with these squirrels. And obviously she's walking through this park. And obviously, even though people in this town know who she is, it's obviously still a bit strange when you see a full-grown woman walking around with a big squirrel tail coming out of her.
Right, okay.
And squirrels running around her feet.
It gets me every time.
I'm sure it's just one of them, isn't it? It's a bit weird. It's not normal. And big teeth. But, you can sort of get away with that. Anyway. She is obviously, she's walking through this park, and she notices a man.
Ooh.
A man in a dark suit, sunglasses, just sort of standing over by the gates, watching. And so she didn't really think anything of it, but she thought that's a bit strange. It's California, it's hot. Why are you walking around in a dark suit? It's a bit odd. Anyway, she puts that out of her mind. And she's perfectly happy. She's playing around with the squirrels. She's occasionally reading some of the books that she brought with her, and all that sort of stuff. And it's kind of generally she's keeping a hand in on her coursework and all that sort of stuff. But it's time for her to go back to the family home. She heads off, and she gets down to her block, and she's just about to go, turn to go up the steps to her house, and the squirrels go up the tree outside their house, and that's where those two squirrels live.
Mm-hmm.
Flo and Deck.
I remembered.
Good. And she goes in, and she says, "Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. It's all, how are you, love? How was your day?"
British ancestry, then.
Yeah. How's Deck? How's Flo? Yeah. All good. Have you noticed anyone, like, a mum's like, have you noticed anyone?
Love? You noticed anyone, love? Down the park? Yeah, come on, sorry.
Why do I get the feeling you're going to turn this into, like, Dick Van Dyke doing an impression of Cockney accent?
Have you seen anyone down the park?
Yeah. Anyway, she's like, "No, I haven't. Why?" Goes, there's a man came and asked about you earlier on, and he said that you're somewhere in town. But he said when you got back, could we get you to give a call? I said, okay, fair enough. And so she's a bit thrown by this, thinking this is a bit odd. Mm. And so she goes up to her room, and she opens up her windows, and she calls over Flo. And she says to Flo about what the situation is, and Flo's like kind of, "Do you remember that? Do you remember the guy? Do you remember the guy in the corner of in the park?"
Now, hang on. Can we just...
No.
Stop the tape here.
No. Why?
Do they talk in squirrel talk? Or
No. Because she can understand... Squirrels can understand her in English.
Ah, right, okay.
So she can... So she
talks English?
Yeah. And she... Even though they might be squeaking, she can understand what they're saying. But in English. So it's a bit like the TARDIS.
The TARDIS doesn't talk?
No, but whatever language it is, the TARDIS makes it into English.
So Flo will talk back in English to Doreen. Is that right?
Well, no, she may be squeaking, but she'll hear it as English in her head.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Okay.
Does Flo have an accent? It's not French, is it?
No. She's a New Yorker. She'll be talking in a
New York squirrel. Hey!
Actually, no, she wouldn't be New York. She'll be California.
Oh, yeah. Why would she be New York?
I am working here.
In California. I'm on holiday.
Indeed. Anyway. I've gone off now. Where was I? Oh yeah. So she said, "Yeah, remember the geezer in the park?"
Yes. Yeah. Sorry.
Flo suddenly become really butch and like kind of quite strong.
Right, go on.
Anyway, so and Doreen's a bit like, I remember that. Yeah, it's not good. So she said, "Well, do you reckon you could get Deck and maybe your dad, to go and... What did you spit on me then? You dirty git! You absolute dirty... Look at that! Raw jeans everywhere.
I'm sorry. Oh my... And you... Right, go on. I love this episode already.
Yeah, to go and, maybe go and have, scout around.
Right.
For this geezer.
Yeah.
And Flo's like, yeah, all right, I'll go and have a word. So, anyway. She, after she closed the windows and all that sort of stuff,
yeah.
She goes downstairs. And her dad's got the card that this guy in the suit gave them earlier on.
Yeah, okay, I got a bit confused, that's why I laughed. Right, okay.
That's fine. And it says...
Right.
It says F. Coulson and a number.
Yeah.
So she says, okay, I'll give this bloke. Dad's like, no, give him a call. I said, fine. I picked up the phone, dialed it. Said, hi, I'm Doreen. I hear you've been looking for me. How can I help? And he says, this guy on the telephone says, hi, I'm Agent Coulson from S.H.I.E.L.D. I believe there is a situation that you alone can help us with.
Oh, wow, okay.
Can we come over and discuss it? Yeah, of course, no problem. Doreen says, yes, sound, not a problem. And that's where I'm going to end Act 1.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, you pretty much got it. Doing well. Not only have you got one squirrel, you've got two.
So I've only got 2 things left to...
Yeah, you've got to get a superhero and fishing.
Sound, I can do that. Not a problem, bruv. Not a problem.
Straight away.
I've got a good feeling about this. Carry on.
Right. Doreen agrees to help. Right, very good. Right, here we go then. So Act 1.
Don't make this long-winded.
Don't make this long-winded.
Don't make this long-winded, please.
What does that mean?
You don't.
Right. It's going to sound ridiculous because I know we make it up every time, but I haven't really thought about this. Right, okay.
Andrew, you make it this... We make this up
We
all
all
the
make
time. Completely.
Oh.
I'm going to get myself a drink. Carry on.
Oh, right. Right, I'll carry on my own, shall
Yeah.
I? Audience of... Well, everybody here, I suppose. I'm going to have to shout now.
Maybe not.
Right, okay. You'll listen back to it later then, I suppose. Right, so Doreen. Shall I set it during term time? Yeah, okay. So, it's it's morning time. Doreen's sitting in front of the TV. In her dorm.
Well, this is in New York.
It's in New York.
So people can be saying, I'm walking here. When you're walking
Everyone,
along,
yeah,
even when you're walking along the road and
there's no one else on the street.
You'd be hit by a taxi. I'm walking here, people.
Sometimes not even that. Sometimes
It's funny, isn't it?
they just pass people and they go, I'm walking here! And they're like, yeah, no. If you're a tourist, you're like, I'm confused.
Carry on.
It's a New York thing. So Doreen is, so it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Doreen is sitting there half awake. She's got a cereal. She's got some like Lucky Charms or something. And she's watching TV. She's watching Steven Universe on her laptop or something. What are you doing? Are you doing an impression of Doreen? Oh God.
Explain to them what I'm doing.
No, I don't want to talk about it. It's frightening.
Okay, carry on.
You can post a picture of it with the video.
Okay.
So Doreen's sitting there, she's eating her cereal, in her pyjamas, SpongeBob's pyjamas or something. When suddenly, there's this massive explosion outside, and her and pretty much the whole dorm. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's embarrassing. Oh my, shut up. Do you know what? I've got a tale to tell. I'll tell you about that after the podcast. It's for Thomas's ears only.
Okay, just
Sorry.
carry on.
Just edit that out. Then edit this bit out where I'm talking about
Okay,
editing
fine.
it. Okay.
I'm curious now. What was that message all about?
It was-
You can tell me later on. It's fine.
No, I can show you actually. So yeah, there's this explosion outside, and it doesn't sound like a ding, despite the timing. Are you gonna text her back?
No.
Oh. I haven't been there for a bloody 5 days. There's no one asking me.
Any of the 6 are what?
What? Hey?
Alright.
Do you know where any of the 6s are? AUXes, the AUX cables.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. The 6s. I should have to deal with it.
No, message you back and just talk at the same time.
Right. So yeah, there's this massive explosion. So everyone in the dorm runs to their windows, basically pressing their nose against it. And down in the street, there's all this smoke and commotion. Doreen spots, amongst the chaos and rubble and stuff, she's holding up the elements to me.
Just helping.
Thanks for that. She spots a yellow helmet, a kind of yellow and black uniform, and somebody fighting and throwing rubble and stuff like that. And then she spots these claws and stuff. And when the smoke clears, she knows who it is, and she's like, "Oh my god, that's Wolverine down there! I love that guy." So she grabs her autograph book, and she runs down. She absolutely belts it down the stairs, bursts out of her dorm, still in her pyjamas, by the way, and she runs out onto the street where people are running past her and panicked and stuff like that. And she's not totally insensitive. She's not just "Excuse me, out of the way, I need to get an autograph." She stops to help people as she can and picks people up and stuff. But anyway, yeah. So she gets close to the action and she's shouting over it, "Mr. Wolverine, sir, please, can I have an autograph, Mr. Wolverine?" And obviously he's taking no notice of her. So the action. So Wolverine's obviously moving along with the action, trying to keep up with somebody or trying to stop somebody. So she thinks, okay, this could be a once in a lifetime opportunity here, and maybe he'll even let me into the X-Men and stuff. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. So she decides that maybe she could help. Should I go and get her? Okay, so she runs quickly back to the apartment, puts on some Converse, because otherwise she's got these squirrel slippers on or something. So she runs back in, puts some Converse on, and comes back out and tries to chase Wolverine. She's still got her autograph book tucked away, she's trying to keep up the action. And so she's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. There's been some car that's exploded or something, and she notices the culprits. They're all wearing these demonic masks, and they're kind of dressed in black, and they seem to have some kind of superhuman abilities. And there's so many of them, and that's kind of what the struggle is for Wolverine. Is that he's trying to deal with them. They seem to know some kind of close quarter combat or something. So she chases them down. This fight seems to roll on through the streets, and it rolls on into Central Park. And she's like, perfect. This is my playground now. And that's where the fight kind of finds its showcase, its stage. And Wolverine's slashing at these guys, and they're all leaping on him and pushing him back and knocking him down and stuff. And Doreen realises that Wolverine's going to need some help. So she stands there and She's like, "Don't worry, Mr. Wolverine, I'll help you." Of course, nobody's taking any notice, and she's like, "Squirrels assemble!" And then for about 5 minutes, nothing happens. And she's standing there with her arms out, and she's in this like power pose, and like Wolverine's getting absolutely battered by this gang of like masked assailants. But then suddenly, there's this like rumble, and eventually it becomes so much that even the people in this fight can't ignore it. And out of all the trees and stuff, pretty much like all the squirrels of New York, if not all of them, most of them, appear, and they absolutely just swamp these assailants, biting and just like making sure that they're weighed down and stuff like that, until eventually they either disappear or just they run off some way. Yeah, so Wolverine is thankfully kind of saved then, and he turns around to see his saviour, who is this like 18, 19-year-old girl. She's got her hair in a bun, she's got SpongeBob pyjamas on and Converse and this big tail, and she walks over to him all smug like, she's got this like cheeky grin, and she's like, "So, can I have an autograph?" And that's where I'm going to leave Act 1.
Right.
Okay, so
I'll give you a moment.
thank you very much.
You know something? I hope for one thing at least you do not steal my characters in this show. In this one, anyway.
Still, oh right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you stole nearly all of my other characters.
Well, you shouldn't go first then.
Very true.
Basically,
No, but I wouldn't want to steal any of
I'm
your
still going to
characters.
steal something.
Being a Deck and Flow. Fair enough.
Oh yeah, they're going in.
Sound, I understand.
Declan and Florence.
Right, okay, so...
Right, so after a brief pause there.
Yeah.
So we're back.
With vengeance, baby!
Right, it's Act 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down.
Right.
Act 2. Brilliant. Right, so where we left off, you had just...
Yeah, I've just been on the telephone to old Agent Coulson.
Oh yeah.
Good old Phil.
F. Coulson.
No, P, you muppet.
I swear you said F.
No, it's P. As in...
I thought, oh, is that his son or something? Oh, right. Phil. F-I-L-L.
So,
Oh,
Agent Coulson...
I love this episode so much. Anyway, go on.
I'm pleased that you're enjoying this.
I can't wait.
We're never doing it again. I'm going to kill her off. Right.
Go, Squirrel Girl.
Okay, right, so, Agent Coulson it's been a couple of hours, and he's come over
Oh yeah.
to where they live. And he basically says, okay, this is the situation. In New York, basically, there has been an invasion of sorts of robotic spiders.
Oh, I thought you were going to say fish.
No, robotic spiders.
Of robotic spiders.
And obviously, we're trying our hardest to find a way to fight these spiders, these robotic spiders, sorry. We know who's behind it. We know it's Doc Ock,
Oh yeah.
okay? So we know he's behind it. Obviously, we normally know that Doc Ock this is the first time he's ever done anything this bad before. But we can't sort of look over this. It's starting to become a bit of a nuisance for people. Anyway, we have figured one thing out about this, and it's if you hit the spider in the red, basically where the eyes are meant to be on this spider, it's a red pulsating button.
Right.
If you hit that,
It's right on the edge.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
On this, yeah, I get you.
yeah. But what it is if you hit it with something with a pointy end, it stops them from working, and they don't restart. They just kind of fall over. And unfortunately, nearly all other superheroes that we've tried, it's sort of not really been very successful. You've got people like Iron Man trying to shoot them, but instead of hitting the button, he's just blowing them up. But the only problem is it's still moving because it's still being controlled. You've got other people like the Hulk who's just smashing things. The only problem is because he's so big, he's missing it and they're jumping out of the way. The closest person we could potentially have got would have been that great Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Hawkeye, but unfortunately he's off on a different assignment.
Annual leave.
No, just a different assignment in Budapest. Now, if anyone knows anything about...
Oh, is that a reference?
It is a reference.
Oh.
If you want to message in, please do.
Very nice.
And you'll get an extra point from me.
Now the audience are getting points. They're going to get more. They're going to bloody win, aren't they?
Well, no, because whatever happens. Because me and you, like you say, I'm on 4. You're on 3.
Yeah,
I think they're on 2. This is like, if they get the point, from getting that reference, they'll have 2 points.
I don't know when they got 2 points.
Well, no, they've got 1 point already. I'm sure I can't remember. It's been a while. I'm confusing myself. Anyway, so
nobody's in Hawkeye's. Right,
yeah, he's off in Budapest. And anyway, so I've been told by our new director to come and see you, because we've been hearing rumours that you are obviously you don't try and hide the fact about this. You'll see you can communicate with squirrels.
Well, I mean, it's quite hard to hide with a prehensile tail, but yeah.
Did I make a nuisance of myself in your story? No.
No, you didn't.
No.
For once.
Indeed. Ooh, that's nice. Anyway, and he's like, look, would you come back to New York with us and sort this out? Because, like I say, we would value your help. And he said, okay, sure, I'll come back and I'll help you. Oh. So they parents would be like, oh, I don't know about this. This isn't a very good idea. You think it's going to be safe? And he said, look, don't worry. But just before she's about to walk out the door, she says, look, don't worry, I'll be fine. But just make sure one thing: when Flo and Deck and Deck's dad and the mother come back and try and find me, because obviously I've asked them to keep an eye out for this guy. Just let them know, put them, give them something, something to nibble on. Yeah, sure, that's not a problem at all. Fine. Anyway, so they go off to the airport and they get onto a S.H.I.E.L.D. plane.
Nice.
And head over to New York. Anyway, so one thing that when they do finally arrive after hours in the air, they arrive, and they're flying over. They're flying over this one street.
Oh yeah.
In New York, and it's basically it's all you see the Hulk. Okay, the Hulk, and he's in this sort of one like dead end of this road, and all of these robot spiders are just kind of forcing him more and more to the back of it, the back wall of this alleyway. And obviously, he's trying his best. He's stamping on him. He's screaming. He's doing what he can, and he's roaring, and like I say, and he's not really being very successful, because every time he he grabs handfuls of them and all that sort of stuff, and he tries to throw them against a wall. And it's just not really working, because they just keep on coming back. So during the time of this fight, she's been thinking, kind of like, you've told me about this, and you say about it being a pointy end, and it kind of suddenly pops into her head that obviously something that's got a pointy end is what do squirrels eat? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Yeah. So she's like, I know, we'll get them.
Get the nuts.
Yeah.
And grab the nuts.
Yeah, and I'll communicate with all the squirrels.
Right.
And ask them to say there's meant to be 1,000 of these robots.
Oh right, okay.
So let's say all you need is 2,000 squirrels with a nut each. 2,000 nuts. Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't be childish.
Hang on, let me write this down. 2,000 nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And literally all you need to do is get each squirrel...
Boop them on the head.
To throw the nuts at the spiders.
Cool.
So, she's obviously... Her and Coulson are in the car from the airport.
Oh yeah.
To the location where this is happening.
Oh right.
And as she does so, she's got the window opening, and she's calling all squirrels of New York. I need your help. New York needs your help.
I would. Oh my god.
Shut up.
Can you imagine that?
Shut up.
Can you imagine? No, just imagine this. Just imagine this. Dorian Green and Coulson are driving down. She's got the window open and she's shouting out, "Oh, squirrels of New York! I need your help!" People on the street looking at her like, "What the?"
Yeah. Anyway, but soon this is happening. Obviously, you start seeing the squirrels are running behind this car.
Right.
And so they pull up outside, just a little bit away from this road where all this is happening. They can hear the Hulk. And so she's got these 2,000 squirrels. And
wow.
She's like, look, this is a plan. Look, go off, and each of you go off and find. There's a couple of trees there. Just go up there, get a nut each.
Right.
Bring it down, and we will. And then she's like, kind of, oi, don't you be eating that? Not meant for you to be eating.
Yeah, he slaps out of his hand.
Yeah, no, come on, look, stop it.
Does she know his name?
No, because
you say Dave.
No, we're not going to call it Dave.
Oh right.
It's going to be called number 42.
Oh no, that's not cool.
In this scenario, she hasn't got time.
Oh right,
so
okay. She hasn't got time.
No,
I don't have time for this. All right, number 42.
No, she doesn't. So anyway, number 15 and 16, stop snuggling over there. Naughty. Behave. It's meant to be rabbits, not squirrels. Alright? Behave.
I said grab not those nuts. Alright. Okay. If anyone needs me to go over this briefing again, especially you two.
You should be paying attention. Anyway. And for any of our listeners that are a bit too young, I apologise that you probably didn't get that reference. But give it a couple of years and you will.
Wow, okay. I'd be very shocked if they didn't.
Anyway, so, where was I? Oh yeah, so, she's explaining to them about convenience. So, the plan is,
Yep.
you're going to go in there, element of surprise, and you're going to try and aim for the buttons. And obviously then by that point, we should have eliminated at least some of them, that might give the Hulk a bit more of a fighting chance.
Okay.
Okay?
Right. So the Hulk is the main one on this then?
Well, simply down to the fact, because obviously the way I'm sort of seeing it is, because there's so many of them, and because they're so quick at moving, he's struggling to get them. So if you limit the amount that there is, even by half, we'll say, you've got, obviously there's more of a chance for him to start smashing them.
Right.
Okay, anyway, so after she's finished the briefing and telling some of the squirrels off, she's saying, right, okay, get yourselves into position. At that one time, though, there's the loudest roar we've heard from the Hulk yet. And then it all goes silent.
Ooh.
And then all the squirrels and Doreen and Agent Coulson run down the road to see what's going on. Unfortunately, they can't actually see the Hulk anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the floor. And that's where I'm going to end it,
What is he covered in spiders or something?
potentially.
Whoa. I don't know where this is going. This sounds weird.
Right, I'll let you finish off writing that. I'm going to have more water.
Right. I'm actually going to stretch. Sorry about this, everyone. God, this is a bit of a... Oh, fandango. Right. So, Act 2, welcome back. So, we left off. Dorian Green is just very... has put extraordinary measures into getting an autograph from Wolverine. So they're both standing there in Central Park. And, yeah, she's sort of sauntered over to him and be like, hey, so can I have this autograph now? And he's covered in like scars and bloodied and stuff, and he kind of looks at her in disbelief. But before he can say anything, like helicopters and cars ascend. Not to mention he's holding up the elements. All right, I know the elements. I've been thinking about them. Bloody hell. And all these massive squirrels that have surrounded them scatter as this, like a helicopter turns up, and all these blacked out windows cars turn up. That's shut up. And out steps all these agent looking people. So, no.
So, did you say agent?
Agent.
Good, fine, thank you.
Some of them are Asian, I'm sure. And obviously some police officers and stuff. Anyway, so one of them approaches, dark glasses and all that, Men in Black, proper looking person. And Wolverine kind of rolls his eyes and begins to be like, you know, it starts to almost... He's like justifying himself to this agent, like, you know, I almost had him, but this girl turned up, and
Is that your Canadian accent?
Shut up!
Is that your actual Canadian accent?
Oh, Wolverine. I almost had him, but then this girl turned up.
What did you sound like then?
Who? Batman?
No, you sounded a bit like
Go on.
Clint Eastwood.
I almost had him.
Okay,
There's 2 types of people in this world. Yes, where was I? I can't remember.
Trying to explain himself.
Anyway, this Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is shaking her head.
It's a lady. It's a lady girl.
It's a lady.
It's a lady girl.
Yes.
Okay, it's a lady girl.
And she kind of makes a note on a little notepad and scolds Wolverine a bit. And then she turns to Squirrel Girl and she thanks her. Despite her appearance and stuff, kind of looks her up and down.
And a squirrel.
Well, yeah, I mean her tail as well. I mean, she obviously notices that, but the first thing she notices is the SpongeBob pyjamas. Then she notices the tail. And she gives her a card and says, "We'll be in touch."
Mm-hmm.
And just as soon as they appeared, they disappear, and Wolverine gets in the car with them, and the helicopter disappears, and the cars disappear, and suddenly everything's gone, and like the squirrels that disappeared, that were scared off by all this commotion. Some of them sort of peek out the trees, and she's looking around them like, "Yeah, I know, right? What the hell was all that about?" Anyway, a couple of days later, I actually need to look at this now. Give me that. A couple of days later, I'm almost done.
Look at the first one. Have you done the first one yet?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, she's in college, so she's like 18, 19. So.
No, the first one.
Oh, I actually technically have. I've actually already done it.
Okay.
I mean, that's not an element, that's the whole story, so don't...
Ew!
You're right, yeah, that's not an element, that's the story, that should be the whole thing.
Oh, I do apologise, sorry, I thought it was an element. I was
Yes.
getting a bit concerned and I thought, crumbs.
Yeah,
Right,
don't
okay,
worry,
okay,
but
okay.
you're on track. You're on track.
Right, good.
Anyway, so yeah, she gets... she's in a lecture, and her phone starts going off. It's like the Superman theme tune or something. Ooh, can I do that? Very meta.
Probably
Can't
not.
do-
No, you go.
Can I do that?
No. No.
Alright, it's not the Superman theme tune.
Mr. Bean.
The bloody Mr. Bean theme tune.
Yeah? I'm sure he's big in America.
Big in America. Would Dorian... Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's going to be the Mr. Bean theme tune. I don't even know what it is, but yeah, that's what it is. She's in a lecture.
Fine.
And she... What?
Don't worry, I'm just having a laugh. Sorry, carry on.
So obviously, like, everything stops. She's like, I'm sorry. And she looks at unknown number, so she cancels it. Goes off again. I'm sorry, oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm going to put it on silent now. And so she puts it away in her bag. Then, the lecture door opens, and there's an agent standing there with a phone in her hand. And she's like, we need to talk to Miss Green, please. So Doreen sheepishly gets up and sort of, excuse me, sorry, to the front of the class.
With a big tail.
With a big, yeah, oh god, I'm sorry. So yeah, she goes out in the corridor with this agent, and the agent's like, yeah, we're very impressed by your abilities, and we'd like to put you on a mission. And she's like, what? I don't know what that means. In fact, let's say she's done a bit of research into what S.H.I.E.L.D. is on the internet after she got the card from them. But she's still like really confused. And she's like, we think that your abilities would be perfect to help us out. And since you already seem to be involved with what's going on, we might as well bring you further down the rabbit hole. Or should we say the squirrel hole? Just a little bit of S.H.I.E.L.D. humour there for you.
Bit of banter.
And then Doreen's like, squirrels don't have holes. Don't have holes that they live in. I just say...
Oh no!
And yeah, so...
Give me a minute. I'm gonna leave you recover for that. Oh.
Anyway, so the agent's like,
Oh.
you have to come with me right now, and I'll introduce you to who your mentor will be on this mission. And she's like, yeah, but I've got a lecture. And she's like, yeah, you got to come with me right now. I said, okay. The fate of New York is possibly in your hands.
And tail.
And tail, nice.
I
So
don't know why I keep on bringing up the tail, but it's just...
No, it's fine.
I'm
sure she gets it a
I'm
lot.
struggling to get past this, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you're doing really well. I
Is it
thought
quite-
you can turn to Squirrel Girl already. So anyway, she takes her outside, and sure enough, Wolverine's standing there. That's exactly what he did. He sees her and he rolls his eyes, and he's got a cigarette in his mouth. He's like,
Cigar.
a cigar. Beg your pardon. Actually, he's trying to quit. No, I'm joking. He's
This
got a
is
cigar.
Wolverine, come on now, behave.
Getting old.
He can't age that quickly.
And Doreen has a bit of a fangasm moment. even though she's already met him. Yeah, a fangasm. Yeah, it's a very dirty episode, this. Might have to get Peggy involved.
Who the freak's Peggy?
The rating board. Peggy rates. I mean, it's like just games.
Yeah.
It's just games. All right. Okay. Well, it's a bit of a game, really, isn't it? Anyway, life is a game. So right. So Doreen has a bit of a she's a bit starstruck, I suppose. It's the correct way.
Thank you. Because I yes.
Not fangasm.
No, we're not. No, just stop saying it now. It's getting awkward.
Anyway, so the agent briefs Doreen on what's going on, and basically Wolverine is in the employ of S.H.I.E.L.D. very temporarily, which the agent hints at is because of some incident that has happened, and so they have to keep an eye on him, and basically he owes them. What's wrong with you?
Nothing, I'm thinking.
Oh God, he's thinking. He's got his head against the desk. I've seen The Thinker, but this is it's a modern take on it.
Just carry on the story.
Right, so yeah, Wolverine's being monitored by S.H.I.E.L.D. at the moment, and
it's really comfy.
So
It's really, if you put your head there, it's really cold. It's lovely.
So the agent explains that there is this.
Yeah, sorry.
There is it seems to be centred around Chinatown, and it's some kind of gang that is trying to gain control of the production of New York and trying to bully things like the dock workers and stuff like that. All these means of production in New York. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know where you're going with this. I know. Good on you.
Into coming into their control, basically. And the edge that they've got is they've got some kind of superhuman abilities, which has got a lot of these industries frightened. And she wants Doreen and Wolverine to investigate this. Wolverine's already encountered them once, where they basically it was a case of there was a shop or something that hadn't paid up, so they were trying to intimidate them, and so that's what that explosion was all about. It was right outside one of their businesses, and basically that night there's going to be a meet-up. This is going to be quite a long act, actually. There's going to be a meet-up in Chinatown, which is going to require some espionage. Espionage.
Oh no, not espionage.
And some surveillance. So the plan is Wolverine is going plain clothes to meet some of the members of this. They've arranged a meet. And Wolverine's going to be masquerading as like a business owner that wants to negotiate, and it's got something they can offer him. And they want Doreen to use her abilities to basically scout out the warehouses and things and all their back rooms and things like that.
What, her abilities as a squirrel?
As a squirrel. And Doreen's like, you know what? I've got just the people. Well, I say people. I've got just the squirrels for it. Don't you worry. So the agent is like, perfect. We'll leave it with you, and we'll see you at 9 o'clock tonight. Meet us at this location. And she writes it down and gives it to her. And we'll see you tonight, Doreen. And Wolverine's like, yeah. See you tonight, Bob. And so Doreen's she's a bit giddy, she's a bit scared, a bit worried. Oh, ha! So
what? She's going into a hot bath.
So she contacts her number ones. Well, there's two of them, but they're her number one, co-number one. It's got to be Declan and Florence.
Right.
So she rushes back to her dorm, and she gets on the squirrel phone, which is a tin can connected via a string to a tree. She's got it hanging out of her window, and she's like, "Squirrel Girl to Declan and Florence, come in, over." And Declan Florence Dick gets back and he's all like, receiving Squirrel Girl. And she explains the whole thing to him. And she's like, right, guys, I need you to scout around and be your sneaky sons tonight at this location. And they're like, yeah, okay, we're on it. But you know, it's... So nighttime comes, and they're in Chinatown, and Wolverine's there, he's on point, and he's meeting up with them. And Squirrel Girl's nearby with the agent. And she sends Declan Florence out while Wolverine's in this meeting. And Declan Florence are sneaking around, and they're going to the back rooms and stuff. And they find like the masks and the outfits, so they know for sure that it's the same people that they saw in Central Park. How should I do this?
Your story, mate.
Okay. So they find, so Declan and Florence find this kind of, it seems to be, it's in this locked room which they managed to like scoot in through like the crawl space and the vents and stuff like that. And in this locked room there's like a pedestal with a box on it, right? It's like a wooden box, but it's locked. So they're like, okay, there's nothing in the room, it's a plain room apart from this pedestal and the box. So Declan and Florence they pick up the box and they try and take it out back to Squirrel Girl and the agent, while Wolverine, Tom's got a question.
No, I'll wait until later on actually, I just, because I wasn't aware that squirrels could pick up wooden boxes.
Well, they're very clever. But unfortunately, the way they came in isn't the way they came out, isn't the way they have to get out. They have to get out through the meeting room that Wolverine's in. So you imagine Wolverine sat there with the leader of the gang, who's very menacing, and Declan and Florence have got carrying this little box together down the side of the wall, very quietly, while this is all going on. And a couple of times Wolverine spots them and is almost distracted, and it almost grabs the attention of the, but he's like, but did you think about this? So they're very surreptitiously got to sneak this out past the meeting that's going on.
Very lucky both sets of doors were open, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's fortunate. But thankfully, they do it. They manage to get the box out to the agent, and it's like perfect. I'm so glad that we hired you, Doreen. And then suddenly this commotion inside the room. Something's gone wrong, and there's this strange like pulse of energy and stuff. And Wolverine bursts out the door, and he's like, and he just shouts, "Run!" And everyone starts running. Even the agent takes the box, gets in a car and drives off, but Doreen and Wolverine are pelting it, whilst this gang in their kind of, if I describe these masks, they're kind of like ceremonial masks, you know, that kind of like demon-esque type thing from Asian culture.
That culture, got it.
From Far Asian? Is that right? Yeah.
Far East?
Yeah, Far East.
Yeah, go with that.
Yeah.
Let's go with this. It's safe.
Well, no, I'm trying to be correct.
Yes, that's what I mean compared to whatever else you're going to say.
You don't even know what I was going to say.
That's what worries me.
Anyway, not only is the gang in tow of these two, but the boss himself is, and he seems to like glide along, like he's not running. He's got this robe, and he's kind of like just gliding towards them. And there's this long chase, and there's Declan and Florence are doing their best to keep the attackers off Doreen, and Wolverine's slashing away at things. smashing away with the gang, and they end up at the docks. And Wolverine and Doreen get separated, and she's absolutely lost. She's got Declan and Florence on either of her shoulders, and suddenly she finds herself cornered, and she turns around, and there's this gang boss standing right there, and she's completely helpless. And that's where I'm going to leave Act 2.
Okay.
And there you go. Oh god, that's so much.
No, I've just realised something.
What have you just realised?
I'm not very good at this.
Me?
No, we aren't.
Oh, of course we're not. No, who thought we were?
Well, I thought we might have got a bit better in the 9 episodes that we've done.
No,
We
we
haven't.
awful.
Well, at least we're honest about it, isn't it?
Oh yeah, well, I don't think anyone's watching this for enjoyment. Still a wooden box.
We're quite enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's fun.
Hmm.
Still a wooden box, but then what happens? Suddenly commotion.
You nearly done?
Yes,
Good. Who do you remind me of when you do that?
Who do I remind you of, Thomas?
Do you ever watch the film Shawshank Redemption?
I hate that film with all my heart.
Do you?
No, because I know it's your favourite film. So, it's alright, I haven't seen it in ages though.
Oh, Andrew. You know, I reckon,
Is that the one with the giant whale?
No.
Which one's that then?
Don't want you.
Hang on, is the Shawshank Redemption not the one where the whale jumps over the kid and he's
No,
like,
no,
hey?
no, that's Free Willy.
Oh!
No, there's been many a parody made of that film.
What, Shawshank Redemption?
No, Free Willy.
Well, I think this episode is one of them, to be honest.
Right, okay, so, how did I remember how I ended this now. It's Act 2, Mr. T, yeah?
It's Act 3.
Act 3 even, I do apologise.
So you're at the end, and the Hulk has just been... He's on the floor. We don't know whether he's covered in spiders. We don't know he's some kind of Vietnam flashback.
Wow, are we doing that? Oh, fair enough. Even better.
That's
Okay, right, so
Yeah,
it's
go on then.
Act 3
Act
for,
three.
for Thomas.
Right,
Is that
go.
correct? Good.
Yeah.
So,
Hit it. Fish.
anyway, yeah, right, so, Doreen and the squirrels are getting themselves into position. They've all got they've got the nuts. And
Well,
anyway, so what they have noticed is, on the very far end, the mound of spiders that was covering the Hulk.
oh, so it was covered in spiders.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It's getting smaller,
Oh, right.
but not as if the spiders are going away. It's more down to the fact that it's almost like whatever they're on top of is shrinking.
Oh.
Okay. So anyway, Squirrel Girl calls out, "Ready, aim, fire," and all the squirrels throw their nuts. Okay.
Yeah.
And I would say at least about, let's be fair about this. Let's say about 52% of these nuts hit.
Yeah, not bad.
Alright? Obviously that leaves still quite a few
Well,
not hitting, but anyway. So,
48%.
yeah, well done. So, but at least obviously half of these spiders are taken out. But one thing you do notice, obviously, like I say, with all the spiders that have been kind of not turned off, they fall down to the ground. And you notice that it looks like a human, just an ordinary human, is who obviously is the person that's behind
Yeah.
the
Oh, it's Bruce Banner.
All right, don't have to bloody ruin it, do you?
Spoilers, all right? It's
You-
Bruce Banner.
You muppet. Anyway, but one squirrel that's got a bit overexcited.
Oh no! It better not have been bloody number 15 or 16. They should have been listening.
No. And he started the nuts that didn't land. He started grabbing them again
Oh right.
and just started throwing them.
Oh wow.
So there was almost like a second wave of nuts. Anyway, one of these nuts, don't smile like that, you child, hits this man on the head.
Oh right. Oh okay.
And it winds him up. So he gets angry, and he obviously he turns green again, and so he's almost like he's got like a new
Second wind.
Yes, a second wind here.
Oh my
and he gets
God.
very angry, and he starts just basically because obviously there's less spiders, he's able to take them all out. So he's able to destroy all of these, the remaining ones of these robot spiders. But what he does then do is he knows. Obviously, he recognises the fact that this girl and these squirrels have helped him. But he also obviously he also sees the agents as well, because he's on the run. He's a wanted individual.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And so he doesn't get caught. So, but he also he's worked out that obviously it was Doc Ock. Okay.
It's what?
Doc Ock.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he decides to go over and sort this out to make sure Doc Ock doesn't do anything like this again. Anyway, so he starts running off, and Agent Coulson gets his gun out and he starts shooting at the Hulk.
Okay.
And in fact, kind of stop whatever you're doing, kind of like turn around and hand yourself into shield custody. And Doreen's a bit like, I'm not having that. No, he's doing the good thing here. He's doing a service to New York. So without Coulson knowing, she sends a message over to the squirrel saying, disarm him. But the squirrels, knowing that they don't want her to be known that she was the one who told them to disarm him, the squirrels try and be a bit smart. They try and do it all tactful, technical, yeah, or a bit sus. The idea of kind of like run around his feet and try and trip him over and all that sort of stuff.
AT-AT, yeah.
Yeah, all that sort of malarkey. And it seems to work because he's up there, he's trying to kick them out of the way, and another squirrel kind of swings past, he makes a running jump and he kind of grabs the gun from Coulson's hand. Anyway, but the Hulk is quite impressed. So he grabs her, puts her under his arm, and he runs off back to try and find Doc Ock. Anyway, they finally find him. He's in his lab, and he's all kind of like, I have destroyed the Hulk, aren't I wonderful? I don't know if that's how Doc Ock speaks or not. But,
Wow. Okay.
But anyway, so it probably isn't. I apologise. But
To who? Doc Ock?
I have no idea.
Doc Ock, if you're listening, mate.
I know you are. I am sorry. But anyway, so they find him, and the Hulk smashes through the wall, and Doc Ock's a bit shocked. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Hey up!
Yeah, and he's a bit like, "What's going on? Oh, you should be dead." He said, "No," and he's like, "Hulk smash."
Hey up, you should be dead. Nah, mate, I'm wound up. Hulk smash.
Yeah, so
It's like lock, stock, and smoking barrels in here.
it is. And so he goes off and he and they obviously he smashes in a little bit, and he basically puts. It sounds really bad, but basically he pins Doc Ock to the ground, and he tells the girl to let S.H.I.E.L.D. know that they've got him, so they can sort him out. But he says, "Look, I've got to go. I've got, me leave, me go, me before get captured, me gone."
Right, okay.
Broken English.
So he's incapacitated Doc Ock, but he needs to escape.
Yeah, because obviously the S.H.I.E.L.D's still after him, or he believes S.H.I.E.L.D's still after him. Anyway, so she contacts S.H.I.E.L.D. and says, "Hey up, Charlie. The big green dude has sorted out the situation for you. I've sorted out the situation you asked me to sort out for you. I'm going."
Oh, right, okay.
And there's the ship that it's not Coulson anymore, but it's another agent. They come over and says, look, we really appreciate everything you've done. Thank you very much. If you want to wait around for a little bit, we'll
got a party going on.
No, we can get you a meal, put you on a plane, get you back home.
Not like a hamper of nuts. We've got something for you. It's some nuts.
Anyway, and he said, well, you know what, I'll yeah, well, I wouldn't mind, maybe something to eat. Yes.
Is this where that's going? Yeah. Oh my god, go on.
I quite like seafood. Like a fish restaurant or something like that.
A fish restaurant?
Yeah, a fish restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he said, "Oh, look, there's $100. Go and get yourself no."
$100?
Yeah, $100. It's
spare a bit more than that, can't they?
No, it's they're slandering. But anyway, so he's given her $100. Good talk. And it's the and obviously she goes in there and she has
treats herself to some fish,
some salmon, lemon and all that sort of larky, and maybe a nice bottle of wine.
Aww.
Anyway, when she's finished, a low-ranking field agent is waiting out there for her, puts her in the car, drives her to the airport, gets her back on the plane, and that's the end of the story.
Oh, I liked that it ended with her having a nice seafood dinner. That's really sweet.
Well, what can I say? Go on then.
That's very cute. Right.
Go on, do your story.
Right, Act 3. So, suspense. So, Squirrel Girl is cornered by the gang boss. And, like I say, he's kind of like hovering there. Very enigmatically. And he asks her, "Who are you, little girl?" Not like that, in a much more scary voice. Because that sounded like
Quasimodo.
Yeah. And Squirrel Girl is like, "Who, me?" And she basically recounts the tale of her day. No pun intended. And she's like, "Oh, I'm just some girl. I was sitting in my dorm, and I was watching Steven Universe, having some cereal, and oh my god, I looked out the window, and there was Wolverine, and I was like, oh my god, it's Wolverine." So I grabbed my autograph book and I ran down there, and then I had to chase him back to put my Converse on first because actually they were killing me. And then I went to the park, and then I met all your dudes, and then I was all like, "Squirrels assemble!" And it was really cool. I'd never actually said that before, but it actually worked. And then all the squirrels turned up. And then, like, a couple of days later, I was in my lecture, and, like, my phone went off, like, a couple of times, and I was like, who answers, like, a private number? Nobody does that. And then the agent was, like, right there outside the door, so obviously I had to go with them, and then Wolverine was there again. And then, before I know it, like, me, Deck and Flo, by the way, Deck and Flo are two squirrels, and me, Deck and Flo were, like, in Chinatown, and we were at your place, and they were all sneaking around, and they found this wooden box, which I'm sure, like, that's why you're here, because you want the wooden box back, and they were trying to sneak out, and they were being, like, trying to be really careful, and you guys were talking about, I don't even know what you were talking about, some kind of serious stuff, and boring stuff. And then there was this massive explosion again, so that's like 2 explosions in like this whole week that I've never even seen an explosion before. I've now seen 2 in 1 week. And then we were running and all your guys were chasing us and they're all like creepy, because you're creepy too, because you're like gliding and stuff, and I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, you won't believe what happened next. And the gang boss is like, very amusing. And what happened next? And she was like, look up. And the gang boss does. And as he does, this massive heavy crate, wooden crate, smashes down upon him. And it like shatters and it's full of fish. And he just gets buried underneath this...
And presumably dead.
underneath this mound of fish. And she looks up and Wolverine's there in this little crane that's been holding this crate, and she gives him a thumbs up like that, and he doesn't do anything. So they obviously they check the bodies there, and they do so, and they unmask the guy. But as they do, he kind of like disappears into like smoke. So all that's left is the mask and the robe that he was wearing. So as they take the mask off, it just disappears into this smoke. Mysterious. Anyway, so Squirrel Girl's all excited. She's like, "Oh my god, we did it! We freaking nailed it!" And Wolverine's like, grabs a cigar, and he's like, "Yeah, thanks for saving my life, kid." And he, he just rolls off into the sunset. Basically, he's like, "I gotta make a break for it," and he gets out of there. And she calls after him. She's like, "Don't you want to? Shouldn't I tell Shield about this?" And he's all like, "I'm done with that." And sure enough, she makes her way back to her dorm, and then a couple of days later, Shield contacts her and say, "You've done a great job. Thanks for that. Don't you worry about Wolverine." And
he's an ungrateful sod.
And if we need you in the future, we'll contact you. Thank you, Mrs. Green. Goodbye for now. And that's it.
You are the weakest link. If you don't know what that reference is, it's the weakest link.
Yeah, spoilers. The spoilers in the thing, really.
And who presented that?
Anne
Robinson. Anne Robinson.
Yeah.
You should see her now.
What?
You should see her now.
What's wrong with her?
She's been poked and just
Oh right.
all over the shop. It's quite scary.
Well,
yeah, that's what they say.
That's
life.
That's life.
What some people say. I have no idea.
Okay.
Well, you know what we should do? We should sing. Where's my phone?
Oh, do you know what? That's a terrible idea.
No, come on, look.
Oh, no, hang on. We need to shut up.
Everyone wants to hear us sing again, don't you? You love the songs at the start of this.
Hang on, let's hear.
No.
Who wants to hear us?
I do.
Oh my god, who was that? If there's any spirits in this room,
leave us.
Oh, why have I got a question mark?
I have no idea, mate. Why have you got a question mark? Go on, okay, so write up your notes and then we can start. I'll let you go first as well.
No, what do you mean go first? What?
You can go first and say what you like.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want to belittle you by saying what I didn't like about yours first.
Oh, thanks.
No,
that sounds wonderful. So I can say what I liked about yours, and you're going to say what you didn't like about mine.
No, I'm going to say what I liked about yours, but obviously there's one big major thing about yours I didn't like.
Ah, right, okay.
And if you don't know what that is, then you're not really a friend.
Oh wow, that's just one. Oh, is it? Okay. Contact cert. We'll be in touch. The end.
So, we have done set in 1960s.
Set in the 1960s.
Set in the 2000s, between 2001 and 2008.
Yeah, sort of.
Had at least one superhero.
Yeah.
Did that. Have at least one squirrel. Did that.
Oh god, yeah.
Member of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Got some
we did
famous
that.
squirrels now. Carry on.
And
Ooh,
at least some kind of mention of fish, which we did.
Yeah.
Great.
So we actually did it for once.
We actually have.
I think last time we missed an element. Well, I think we were on the line. Anyway, so right. So
Hang on. We did save lives.
Yeah, definitely.
Did I save a life?
Yeah, you saved the horse life, didn't you?
Oh,
he was getting
very true.
He was getting
very
smashed
true.
up.
Very true. Good. Right.
Right.
Go
So
first,
I
Megan.
didn't like your story.
Sorry,
No,
I
I'm
understand
joking.
that.
I'm joking. I liked the Doc Ock spider invasion. That was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're willing to concede, I'd take the California thing out.
Concede.
Take the California start out.
Okay.
What else happened to yours? Obviously, Flow and Deck, that's staying in.
But the only reason they're not in New York is because they are in California.
Well, now they're going to be in. Oh yeah, they don't really get mentioned. Oh yeah, they can just be.
Well, they can travel all the way over to the other side of the US
No.
just to help her.
Well, that's
Some
how,
mates.
Yeah, they are good friends. What did I say about yours? That was really clever. I was like, oh, that was a clever idea there.
Probably Flow and Deck, actually.
No,
That's probably where you nicked them.
I don't think that's very clever, is it?
Bit harsh.
Alright, how about this? Alright, how about this? We start in New York with Flow and Deck, which will count as your idea.
Right.
We have the spider invasion from Doc Ock.
Right.
But instead of Hulk, we have Wolverine.
No.
Why don't you like Wolverine?
No.
Oh. What is your problem?
No, it's simply down to the simple fact of the matter being, I think he's a very good character. I just think it's very, very easy for us just to use him as a character. And this platform is to use characters that are not necessarily so wonderfully admired.
Okay.
What I will say though, I did like, which I think is a very clever idea, which is your whole sort of shady businessman turning into mist.
Oh, right, okay.
I did like that.
Well, should we change the spiders to something else then, and then we can include that? Maybe they don't have to be spiders. Maybe they could be something. Maybe because I kind of had like I didn't really know what. Maybe the only way to kill these gang members is to take their masks off, but there's so many of them. That's what the squirrels are for, because only the squirrels can match the numbers of the gang members.
Yeah. A bit like the nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's a good idea.
So
So get rid of the spy, but the idea of it still being Doc Ock was in charge.
no, because obviously. Oh well, no, because that doesn't make any.
Yeah,
Like,
it does.
it's got nothing to do with Doc Ock, has it?
You know, but no offence, but no, but not, but
We could just have some mysterious other character, couldn't we? In
Okay.
charge of it.
okay. So some shady in charge person.
Yeah, some mystical,
Okay.
superhuman.
Okay.
All right. In which case, we'll keep the Hulk,
Okay.
if that's all right.
Good.
Right. So yeah. So I think that's the story. So. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So the story is. So Doreen is in New York. In fact,
At university.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, we could actually start at California now, but I just don't see the point. Might as well keep it in New York.
Fine. The only reason I said that is because I wanted the idea of it to be. She was kind of. She was at. You know, she'd left New York for a little bit, and then she was going back home where she felt safe and secure and everything like that, and everyone was sort of accepting of her. And then she gets dragged back into this world of craziness. But we'll stay in New York. Fine.
Okay. All right. So she's in New York.
Yeah.
And how did yours start off? Yours was just an agent just approached it, didn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was the idea of them watching her in a park, but gone and saw a family beforehand. But obviously, if that's not going to happen,
that could still happen. Like she could just be.
What, in New York?
Yeah.
And her parents are still in California.
Well, yeah, but like she could just be in Central Park, couldn't she?
Yeah.
And yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
So like she's in Central Park as she does on a regular basis, and she's hanging out with her squirrel friends, Flo and Deck and everybody else, number 42. And
15, 16.
Yeah, 15, 16, those two, bloody buggers they are.
Rampant.
Yeah. And she's being watched by the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
We can make it feel Coulson if you absolutely must insist on it being...
No, I don't. I'm not. No, if you know, it's completely up to you. I will.
Yeah, so they talk about... Oh no, yeah, that's the whole point, is that when she turns up, the invasion's going on, isn't it? Because obviously she'd know otherwise.
There's a cow in this room.
Is there any way we can work around that?
Well, that's the only reason about it being somewhere else. So if you did it as, like if you did it as it like that, and then you could move into. Say like if you it doesn't even have to be in kind of like say it still happens in Central Park, yeah, but there's plenty of other little parks in New York that she could have been in.
Well, yeah, but the whole point is that
you think about it, but
if she's in California, she turns up to New York and it's being invaded.
Yeah.
Like if she was in New York already, then she'd know, wouldn't she?
Well, not necessarily.
How? How would she not know?
Well, New York's massive. So do you think she could be kind of, I don't know, say she could be completely up, up in northern New York, and this could be happening right in the centre of New York, and it's that whole thing of it could be completely different. It could be raining there, and it could be completely sunny over there. It's that sort of thing of things that. And as the fact New York's miles upon miles upon miles of a big place, isn't it?
All right, okay, we'll go with that then.
Oh, how about we say something? Say something. I don't know, like say she was in what's near to New York. How about we say she's in New Jersey?
New Jersey. Yeah, could do. No, yeah, either way, it would work, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is saying it's a growing threat.
Yeah, okay.
So basically they need somebody who has access to minions, I suppose, to enough people to...
Well, not even that, it's more down... I like the idea that basically one of the strongest heroes that we have in this universe
is saved by Squirrel Girl.
No, cannot, even with all his brute force that he has, cannot overcome this by himself. He needs something else. So, and the idea that's it's that kind of thing. That's the most important thing that I want to kind of get across in this story.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. So I think so they set her up with that, and basically her job is to just employ her squirrels to tear the masks off these things, which is the only way to kill them.
Yeah.
Whilst the Hulk basically provides like a distraction, I
well,
suppose.
Or kind of waits until is able to kind of, once most of them have been taken down, he's able to finish off the rest of them.
Sure, yeah. Should we have a confrontation with a big boss person?
No, I don't think so. Simply down to the fact I think it's, if you do that, then it's a bit like it's unless you want to try and say that before the Hulk could destroy all of them, the rest of them got away, and they followed them to the big boss.
What? Couldn't the big boss just turn up to fight the Hulk and try and? Oh, I suppose that would be a bit weird, wouldn't it? Okay, should we just leave it as we don't know where they came from then?
Yeah.
A mystery.
Yeah.
Yet to be solved.
Mm.
But S.H.I.E.L.D. are confident that that threat has been quelled.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Let's go with that. So let's have a look at it. So Doreen chilling.
Mhm. You chilling?
Central Park.
Talk up.
Huh?
Speak up.
Oh, no, well, okay, right. So Doreen's in Central Park. She's watched by the agent, who then contacts her. Recruits her for a mission. To help Hulk. And mysterious. Only be defeated by the removal of their masks.
Yep.
So, as Hulk fights, the Skrulls remove the masks, yeah?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I remember what it was. It was the nuts bit.
Well, hitting him to bring
Yeah.
him back into the Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh, you
But
can keep that in.
Let's keep that in.
Yeah, sound.
Because obviously they don't use the nuts in the assault, but let's say that the Hulk does get kind of defeated, and they're like, oh, how can we make him angry again?
Mhm.
Let's throw nuts at him.
Fair enough.
Love that.
I'm happy with that. So by the sounds of it,
Yeah, I think it might be you.
it may actually be me all 3 acts. Predominantly. Not gonna lie.
To make him angry.
Well, actually, no. I say it's my. Well, actually, no. It's my first act. Mine and your second acts, and then probably my third act as well. Then.
Defeats threat. Hulk escapes.
Yep.
And
Fish dinner.
Fish dinner.
Fish dinner.
has a slap up fish dinner
Yep.
at a restaurant which we're going to give a name at.
The Big Blue.
The Big Blue, famous in New York for its fish. Cool. So yeah, so that's the story. So basically, she saves the Hulk's life.
Yep.
Yeah, which I think is pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah, as he's been this mysterious gang of masked.
Yep.
Mysterious. Okay. Right,
Figures.
okay.
So that is, I would say. Would you say that's?
It's a tough one because
I
I
would-
suppose
you
it
know-
is yours really.
Well, you know what I'd say it is. I'd say it's 5 to me,
right.
and you were 3, weren't you?
Yeah, sure.
I would-
Point each.
No, I would say you're.
Don't you say half.
Yeah,
Do
3.5.
Right, I'm giving myself a whole point for that.
No, 3.5, 3.5.
Oh, I must write down Flo and Decker in it as well. They're famous now. 3.5.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, mate. Frankly, out of your story, the only thing we're getting is the mask.
The setting completely changed, and yeah, the enemies changed as well.
All right, fine. You have 4.
I'm having a point.
Fine.
Well, right in. if you're not happy with that, if you think I'm being a bit cheeky there.
Yes, you are being a bit cheeky.
He's got his arms, he's like a little child.
Go on, you can close up the show now.
Oh, I'm closing the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, thanks for joining us for episode, looks at his notes.
Number 9.
Number 9. Episode number 9, Squirrel Girl. I hope you enjoyed it. So thank you once again. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and all that business in the description. I'm sure there'll be loads of links, which Thomas will helpfully put there for our email, our Patreon, anything else, link to some fish recipes. So as I always do at the end of each podcast, I'm going to give you a little salute, and I'm going to say goodbye and see you next time.
Say your catchphrase.
I've said it like 1,000 times. Fish.
And as I always do at the end of each of our podcasts, I shall give you a little salute and say goodbye, and also bring me my shield.